And welcome back to another thrilling episode of We're Making a Movie. Hi, guys. I'm Tara.
As
Oh,
a wise woman once said, three, two, one, have a personality.
wait, that was me. I said that. We were really tired that day.
Yeah, we were.
I'm Tara.
I'm Natalie.
And we are, in fact, making a movie. And this is a podcast all about the adventure of us making our first feature film. I'm going to catch some people up in case you're new here because of our interview, our guest today. We are making a feature film called Turns Out It's the Apocalypse We Think. It's our very first feature film. We've been making short films for years now, and this is the first time we've ever even dared to dream this big. Like, it's the first one we've ever written. It's really exciting. We are greenlit, which is wonderful. We are going to be filming this in February. It's happening. It's going down. We are in meetings once a week right now to make it happen. Yeah,
That's
it's
how you know
really,
it's real.
it's feeling very like every meeting we have right now with the team like just feels so very real. Like it's a little I feel this last one I felt very jazzed, but some days I'm very terrified.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little short wrap up on what's going on. We made this podcast as a way to do our homework and learn about making a feature film and bring on amazing guests so that we can ask them questions and figure out how they made their feature film. So that is the point of this podcast. Before we fully dive into the episode, if you are looking for ways to help us make this movie, I know you're looking for it. There are several mechanisms we have. You can email us to become an investor in Right. We've got decks, we've got contracts, we've got a lawyer. We're very legitimate. Please feel free to email us if that sounds like interest to you, and you can look at our deck. I'm very proud of our deck. But smaller and more accessible ways, we have a PayPal set up. And this week, we'd love to thank Desiree Gonzalez for PayPaling us. We love the PayPal method. There's a little PayPal link below. If you happen to be watching the podcast recording live on YouTube right this very moment, we also have the Super Chat system. The Super Chat is there. You can send us any amount. No amount is too small. And we're taking all of those little funds together and we're putting them right into the bank account. The official Options for the Apocalypse bank account, which is the literal bank account that we have for this movie. I love the name. I love it so much. Also, we have some breaking news. I'm really excited about this breaking news. It's so great. We are going to be kicking off 2026, the year 2026, going to a film festival right out of the gate because
Like day one.
Like day one, like January 1, I'm getting on an airplane to go to Utah. It's wild. I booked my ticket last night. The Utah International Film Festival has accepted Turns Out as a script for their, is it a competition? I don't really. Okay.
Yeah, and
for their
there's table reads.
the screen competition, and there is going to be table reads, which is like the biggest thing we looked for when searching for film festivals. There's a table read. It's going to be Friday, January 2nd at 10 a.m. We will be there. We're going to be there.
99.9% sure it's 10 a.m. But I wrote that. I wrote
No,
that.
I think you're right.
Double check it. Okay.
I just looked at the schedule last night when I was booking my ticket.
Okay.
No, I'm 99.92%.
Okay.
Think you're
You're going to one up me there. Gotcha.
I'm just a little more sure because I just looked at it. We will be there in person to do the table read ourselves. I'm so excited to hear another audience responding to it.
Yeah. Unrelated to Turns Out, but related to us.
But also
in that festival is the Jello in Room 913, the script
Yes.
Justin and I did together, short film. And so we're up against each other. I don't think there's separate categories for short and I think
Fight
it's just
it out.
script.
Our two
So,
projects are going to
yeah.
fight it out. Fight
And
it out.
then In the Event of is in it as well. And May I Put You on Hold is in it as well. And I found out Perspective Identity one of the other short films I did in
No way.
in Utah is
In
in Utah.
Utah.
So I've got 5
Yes.
projects that I know
Oh,
of right now.
we're gonna be bells of the ball. This last couple of like the last year and some change of film festivals, because you and I have been hustling so much,
Mm-hmm.
not only to get our projects in them, make friends, become,
Mm-hmm.
become regulars, but we've also sent so many of our filmmaker friends who have made projects to the festivals that we love so much. Like, you got to submit to this one. And it just so happens that a lot of those projects we were in, this has been crazy. This has been a crazy couple of years of
Yeah.
you and I chasing our different projects around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at it, any of
Nope.
it. It's amazing. All right, so let's get into what today is.
Let's
Today,
talk about today. Yeah.
today brings in this petty pace. So today, like I said earlier, we have an interview episode. This is going to be a little different because most of the interviews that we've known very well. This one is a totally different adventure. Right now we're in this place where we're kind of waiting. We're greenlit, but we're not actually doing things. We're not in charge of a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the departments that are working. They're picking a DP. Once that happens, a lot of things change. But like right now, we don't got much to do, and we are not comfortable with that. Natalie
We're
and I are doers.
we're definitely finding busy work. Like,
We filled up every moment of our time writing out
yeah.
outlines for future projects that have been
Mm-hmm.
requested of us, but like we we tacked on an extra meeting every week just to get through.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept ourselves busy, and now we're out of that to do as well. And we're just looking for like, what can we be doing between now and go to help turns out happen? Like what,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the holiday season coming up, we could be preparing something, right? Something.
Maybe.
So we think that we may have stumbled onto an answer, not of our own thinking. Thank
Yeah,
gosh.
we had our own arc set up for this month. We plan out a month in advance. Although, funny enough, we have no idea what we're doing next week. But but then this filmmaker duo, that word's not easy. Kerry and Nick reached out to us. They happen to know Hudson Phillips, who we had interviewed previously, and they found us on
TikTok.
TikTok.
Yeah,
I
TikTok.
don't even know we're on TikTok.
We
Just
are
kidding.
on
I do know
TikTok.
we're on TikTok.
You
I
know
am
we're
not
there. You just
I
don't go
am
check
not
it out.
involved in that
That's
realm
me.
of the world. But they're in the stages of next week. I think it's the 19th because I think it's my birthday.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
The world's birthday present to me is their film is going to be
Yeah.
available on Amazon. Thank you, world.
You already have plans set now.
I know, right? I know what I'm doing on my birthday.
I'm gonna go watch a movie.
So they reached out because they saw that they had mutual friends, and we're like, hey, and we're like, well, let's squeeze you in so you can come in and talk about your feature right before it's dropping and get a little press. Press. We are press at this
We're
point.
the press at this point. I'm very excited to be like, we're part of your press junket.
But I love the hustle too. Like
Me too.
that's who we want to be, and so
Yeah.
bring on the people who are who you want to be and talk to them about
Yeah.
those things.
Well, and I just love that, like, this TikTok thing, like, as much as anybody wants to poo-poo and, talk down about TikTok or Instagram or any of this stuff, there's this magical thing where, like, now you can reach people that you didn't know that A, you had a connection with in any way, shape, or form. And B, like, there's a whole network of filmmakers that are all making content and all talking to each other. And it's a wonderful way to get new information. Like, oh, what are you doing? How are you doing it for your film? Like, it's wonderful. And that they found us because of the algorithm, I think is just what is positive about the algorithm is this experience, for me at least. So like Natalie said, they have a movie coming out. It's called Suffer. It's their second feature film, which makes them very interesting to me to talk to, because they're right in the cusp of, like, they've done it once, they've made the mistakes, and they're doing it again, and they're about to put the new one out there. And so for me, I'm like, oh, you have tales to tell. Suffer is a Western fantasy. We haven't got to see it yet, so we're gonna be talking blind about it ourselves. But I'm excited. I am excited to see it, and I'm gonna use my little hard-earned monies to watch it because I'm sure it's a rental situation. We'll find out more in a second. So when they reach out to us to, talk about what the episode could be about, they're pitching ideas, like, here are the ideas that we've got. They've got, like, VFX in their belts. They both, Nick is an Emmy-winning VFX artist for God's sakes. They've both been in the industry doing things at different levels, a lot of television work, some reality TV. And I don't think reality TV is like really the right word because it's like home renovation kind of shows. So they've had a lot of experience in those realms. And there's a lot of topics we could go to. But the one that we zeroed in on that we're like, oh, we don't want to know this is marketing your movie before you even start filming. So that's going to be kind of what we dig into in a minute. So I think we've done enough bumbling through our association with them, and we're going to bring them in. Folks, welcome our friends in here. There we go. Nick and Kerry, welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you bet.
Thanks for reaching out.
Yeah, thanks for being brave and reaching out to us.
You got to, right? You got to just get over yourself.
Yeah, that kind of hustle we always admire. We're like, you go get it. We'll always support somebody who hustles. Okay, so you guys, I kind of gave a really rough and tumble version of your resumes. Please introduce yourselves. Tell us about your adventure. How did you get into the filmmaking world? Your accolades. I want to hear all of those IMDb juicy bits. Go for it.
Sure. Well, we're Dos Goats Films. We're a married filmmaking duo, and we both love genre. So
we talked about making a movie on our second date.
Yeah.
So
we're like, oh, we have the same sort of same tastes. So we're like, oh, what did we started having ideas
like right off the bat.
Immediately? That's adorable. That's the dream. I love that.
Yeah. So
my background is in VFX. I mean, I hate to say the number out loud, but it's approaching 25 years I've been a VFX person.
You're legit. No, don't hesitate on that. You've been through all the strikes, all the new media, all the we're going to the internet, and now verticals. Like,
wow.
Now that we're doing this whole new vertical game, new contract agreements, like we have experience. Like, oh, we've done this before, guys.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I've seen a lot through the industry. I have my own company. I've worked at a couple of different places. I'm now a consulting supervisor. Again, the film industry is a little right now, so yeah, just not a lot's getting made. But I won the Emmy. I'm on the Emmy team for the Pacific, the HBO show, which was like the best thing I've ever worked on. Like it really, really was a good time. But yeah, I mean, I've a long career doing a lot of like mid-range features and TV. I haven't worked on a bunch of big budget stuff. I mean,
you had your own company?
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't like worked on Marvel movies, but I've worked on a lot of like, mid-range, $50 million movies, not $200 million movies.
Oh, just 15 million.
Well,
I always love when you talk to someone who's in like the industry and we get to like mid-range and you're like 50 million. We're over here scraping together 60,000 to make a movie.
Our kingdom for 50 million.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Oh
you
my
say those
gosh.
words out loud and you're like, it doesn't even sound right, but that's how it's.
Yeah. Well, and the truth is, it's never enough money. No matter how much money you get, you always need more money, no matter what it is.
Absolutely.
And you?
My background is I was a theater major, and when I moved here, I thought it's not going to work. I'm not going to be successful in this, and was also always a producer and director. So just kind of started getting into production, and at the time, reality TV was sort of burgeoning, and I just got on that track and really enjoyed learning about cameras that way and lighting, and rose to EPing running shows, and eventually was the VP of programming for Pytown Productions, which does a lot of work with HDTV. So lots of home renovation shows, lifestyle shows.
We were looking at IMDb's, and that was one that I don't actually know what the VP. What did you say? The VP of
programming.
Programming.
So,
what exactly does that do?
So programming, like in a studio, would be called current. The title is VP of current, which is overseeing all of the showrunners for any show that you're making. So and it's a lot about just keeping your brand consistent, making sure you're doing the notes for the studio, keeping the relationships.
I mean,
going.
can I say what your nickname was?
I'm scared, but okay.
She would be called the doctor, because they bring the doctor in to kind of assess and
when things go off the rails, it's like getting people back
Oh,
on
that's
track.
nice.
It's managing teams and making sure everybody's
Yeah.
like moving forward always.
Oh, I like
Awesome.
that.
Cool.
My day
Yeah.
job there, everyone's terrified of me. That's way better. They call me Ma, and they're all scared of me.
No, it was fun. It was really fun, but we actually were in the midst of getting ready to make our second feature, which was a totally different script. And so I quit there so that we could focus on that. And then the pandemic hit. So yeah. So we ended up not making that film and deciding to make a film that was something we could make during the pandemic. And that's where Suffer came from.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
All right. Oh, wow. That's such a, like a, you took that big leap of faith and then the whole world just goes, "Meh." Like
I know.
that's such a classic. But I feel like I just saw this on TikTok. My God, I'm so sorry how much I bring it up now. I just saw this thing where someone related the idea of like action first, figure it out later. It's that Tony Stark, you got to run before you can crawl idea. Like just leap of faith. Sometimes you just got to leap of faith and trust that you're going to figure it out, because you can analyze it to death. You'll never get the answer. But if you take action, then you'll actually figure out that like how to fix something or how to actually do the thing.
I think indie film is 100% that. You just gotta jump right in.
You can't wait for anybody.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes all of us on our side of the screen very uncomfortable. We're
I know,
like,
yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm squirming in my seat at that thought. Tara,
You're leaping.
no.
There,
Tara and I
it
have
just
had
looks
this,
like it.
Yeah, Tara and I have had this conversation before. She's kind of like build it while you're flying it kind of sometimes. And
that's
I
me,
am
yeah.
like absolutely not. I know how my passengers are getting home from the airport before we take off.
Which is
like,
a good combination.
Yeah, it does.
That too.
Yeah.
I'm much more of a leaper, and Nick is much more of a like, let's think about this.
Yeah, I'll push us to jump off the cliff, and she's like, "Well, parachute." Like, yeah, no, I know it's there. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there. We'll find it. We'll find a parachute. No big deal. Okay. So tell us a little more about Suffer specifically. Like, very exciting that you're getting this out into the world. Like, congratulations on launching it. It's what, next week, right? We're right about the date.
Yes, the 19th, coming out on iTunes and Amazon.
We've joked that you can bring Suffer home for the holidays.
It's counter programming
At its best. Suffer, I'll just say the log line.
Go for it.
Suffer, in a world out of time, an exiled handmaiden escapes imprisonment and must survive long enough to free her people from the tyranny of a mad prince.
Oh wow. And you guys wrote this script.
Yes.
We wrote the script. It's almost a silent movie, so the script is only 30 pages. Because it was conceived that when we wrote it, no vaccines yet, middle of everything, we were like, well, we want the character to be masked, to be safe. One actor outside, and so we built this whole thing around this magical mask that silences her. So she's trying to get her voice back.
Oh,
That's
okay.
cool.
That's amazing.
So it all sort of
That is-
hinged on that. Yeah.
And it also
That is
turned out to be
ingenious.
it's really a two-hander, but they were filmed separately. So the Mad Prince is, up in his castle, like
Ranting and raving.
Yeah, and that we shot. So the principal photography that we took the 30-page script to Idaho to shoot it's all exterior. It's all these beautiful landscapes. We found this camp for kids that they couldn't have the kids for the summer for during the pandemic. So they rented it to us for very low. We slept in like tents and little cabanas, and
it was a real roughing it situation.
Yeah.
But like something to note on that is that the way we made this movie was very much a product of where we were in time and what sort of things were. It's like people have asked us, like, how are you doing this? Like, well, we happened to get this camp that nobody was in, and we lived at this camp and filmed at this camp. So, it's different sort of suggestions.
it may not be replicable again. It was
Yeah.
a very specific sort of like moment in time,
Wow.
Yeah. But way to like take a situation like we're like, well, we have all these massive limitations and just shape the entire plot of your movie around the parameters that you had to work with. Like that's ingenious. Like to keep going forward and not let the world stop you from making something. Like, that's incredible. I commend you for that.
I say we did the
Thanks.
opposite.
Thank you.
We did the opposite.
No.
We had turns out was already we already had turns out written there, and we're like, nobody wants to see anything about someone in a bunker, and so we shelved it. And then it was like a couple years later we went, oh, actually I think people are ready to watch a bunker movie again, and we'll pick it back up. We definitely let it would have been easy to film too, because it was just a bunker.
Yeah.
We were our own bubble already.
Because I had just left my job, we were primed to like, we're doing something right now.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another thing about the momentum is like, we had momentum. We just kind of shifted to this other project.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh no, I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what was the other project? This is how we go off
off
topic.
topic, but go.
No, our first feature is called Armstrong. It's a superhero movie drama, kind of without the superhero.
Yeah. So that was our first movie. The other movie that didn't go was called Red Nights Forever, and it is a combination of our childhoods. When I was 10, there was a murder in the next town over at Halloween, and Halloween was canceled
because the murder was on the loose, and there was sort of like this panic in the towns
around it. And as a 10-year-old, my friends and I are like, if we caught this guy, we could save Halloween.
Yes.
So we kind of created this like
You
little
need to make that movie.
Young
That's
girls.
so fun.
Yeah.
So we combined it with Kerry's history of the new girl coming into town and like blowing up her
broke up my
friendship.
best friend. Yeah.
So we put those two stories.
Yes.
And
We
put them
have
that's
this
together.
band of
amazing.
misfit girls trying to
So
find
is that
the-
next?
Tell me.
We hope so, but it's a much bigger
It's a
budget.
period piece,
It's
and
80s.
it's kids.
But-
Oh my God.
Everyone wants that
Make
one,
it.
though.
You're
Yeah,
good.
for
yeah,
sure.
that sounds amazing. I love that. If we
Thank you.
Awesome.
catch the killer, we could save Halloween. It's
I love it.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
too good. That's
Mhm.
amazing. All right, so you have 2 feature films under your belt. I've actually been watching some of your TikToks about the distribution side of things. I've seen like a couple of some behind the scenes stuff of your for Suffer as well. There's one of the guy walking to a car, which was hilarious. I'm like, what is happening here? Which I think is all part of your marketing plot. That's what I think is happening here. Please, what are you guys doing to market your film? You said a very interesting line in your email. Market your film before you even shoot it. Like, what? Tell me more about that. That's what I need to know.
Yeah, well, I think to go back to Armstrong, we got the dream deal of distribution. We got a sales agent. We got a great a distributor that put us on Prime, and we were still doing the work of marketing it ourselves. So
Also, we were a little naive, and this was a while ago,
Yeah.
and thought we were going to get more support from them. I mean, not necessarily. Like we knew sort of the budget level of the distribution, but we thought we were going to get a little more, and then kind of got caught sort of flat-footed as far as not seeing any of that and not getting any help,
and not having any material to really push out there, except for still saying, please rent our movie, So so this time around, we just thought, okay, we really have to make a plan before. And actually in working on Red Nights Forever, we were working with some producers who one of the producers came from an advertising background. So he was like, okay, what are the lines from your script that are going to be in the trailer? Right? Like what are the lines that might be something we can hang our hat on, right?
Tara's writing that down right now.
That might be something that what are the fun things we could do with those lines? Like a tagline that could be like, you go around and just ask all your actors to say it in their character's voice or something. What are all the little ideas that you could pull to create little buzzworthy clips?
And so we tried to think about that. I mean, again, we are not like huge social media people. We're like kind of got our heads down making the movie, which we understand in this day and age is tough to not do that. But the main thing that Kerry sort of spearheaded was like, just try to relentlessly document the filmmaking, even if it's like kind of off the cuff or kind of like don't worry about it. Just get some stuff because
just be filmed. Just have somebody designated actually to be running their iPhone all the time. So you just have a ton of clips. Make sure you get them from the person before, and all the actors.
And again, there's only 6 of us on set here, so we don't only have so many hands
was
to
only
generate.
6. So,
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of just a lot of pictures and a surprising amount of video for only 6 people. So that's been the way Kerry's been able to kind of build a lot of TikTok stuff.
And then when we did our crowdfunding campaign, we had the tagline "Join the Adventure." So then we had a bunch of people saying "Join the Adventure," and again, going back to taglines and things like that. That it are the things that like are sticky for people, for audiences.
And like with the characters they do this salute where they go like this, which is the symbol of the queen, and we
in our
use
fantasy
that.
world.
Yeah, and so that's another thing. Like people, we were getting people to do this on the crowdfunding.
That's always our like emojis when we sign off is like the hands. So it just kind of thinking about what are the things that are fun about our script that people are going to kind of want to sort of be in on the joke. That are creating community through, we're on the inside.
Right. I always think that that's a good thing, is to like finding the inside jokes with your audience. I mean, and we can say that with the guys that are over here on the side. You say click, click. Once a day, someone over here says click, click, because we have put that in a movie, and ever since then, everyone loves this little click, click moment.
Click, click.
But yeah, finding those ahead of time, and we're super guilty of being on set and never having anything to document. That we get so wrapped up and take on so many hats while we're on these sets,
Of course,
that we're not the ones with the camera in our hand, and there's no way we could be. So I have been thinking about that. Is I know we're going to have behind the scenes photography, but can someone have a phone and just be recording? Although I do find Allison does that, our producer. So she's good at that kind of stuff too. So we'll just nudge her.
I mean, the one thing that I feel like that sort of broke us out to do it. I mean, again, I am guilty. I didn't do it as much as Kerry did, but I'm outside working on one of the props. Kerry would just turn on the phone when she went outside to talk to me. And that was it. So, it doesn't take up any time, does it? She just holds the phone and said, "What are you doing?" And I'm doing some things here, but that's it. Like, that's cool. And that's
It's
fun.
not like extra time.
It's not staging it or setting it up. Just if it's good, it's good.
just
if it's
doing
not,
it.
Whatever. I think it's better probably because people feel like they're really there.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that now that you're saying that, and like with Wicked is having its, last hurrah, you're seeing all these behind the scenes videos and photos and like little clips of just like benign things coming out. Like I maybe they did consciously say, "Hey, everybody, NDA, but record your lives while you're doing this," or just you want to because you're a part of Wicked. But like, now that you say that, that is all a part of the marketing fervor that's happening. Is like Ariana Grande is releasing her little, trying on her crown video and stuff, and that works. Like, it's just because you have
One
to
of
keep
the things
feeding.
that got me into sort of the reality TV is I worked for a company that did EPKs, which back in the day, like they would give to. I worked for E Entertainment too, and basically they send a cameraman. They're like, "What are your 3 big days?" And they send a cameraman those days, right? And they were like, not that great of clips. It's whatever that guy got that day, but they would use those relentlessly to make it feel like you had it behind the scenes. Like, you remember when HBO used to have those little featurettes when a movie was coming out. So I always do that too. And we interview our cast so that we have interviews, do it like either on set or right after they shoot, so that they remember everything and they're still really excited. They're still really in the moment. And then you have these interviews that you can like put these little clips to too. So that would be my other thing is interview your people.
Yeah. Very cool.
So,
yeah.
It's fun. I mean, we enjoy doing it. And it's also going to be another, so we're making like a 15-minute featurette, and it's nice to have some bigger features like that if you get a DVD deal, to be able to say you have extras. So that's the other thing.
There you go. Yeah. I hope Tara's taking notes, but I love that this is recorded, because I'm going to go back and watch all these little ideas. I didn't take notes.
Yeah. We've started the process of like, Natalie's like really latched into this term that Allison says to us, "Hey, bunker buddies," and we're like, "Oh, that's our word."
Great.
So,
That's great.
Yeah, Natalie has launched into also this idea of like, every time we add a crew member from here on, we're gonna do like a little introductory IG, and she's got a series of questions like, what's your favorite apocalypse weapon or something like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
do-
great.
Yeah.
Their bunker bios is what we're
Bunker
calling
bios,
them. Yeah.
that's right.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, what of this can be kitschy and catchy and repeatable.
Right,
So it's not
exactly.
adding way more work to your schedule either.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And our movie is not fun, but we're trying to make, it's called Suffer, for God's sake, but we're trying to make all of the content fun.
And we're not
Yeah.
taking ourselves
Right.
seriously.
Right.
Like it is it's a sort of survival serious movie and, life and death stakes, but we're not taking ourselves seriously about it. Like it's a fantasy movie. Like we're playing dress up. We're, and everyone is having fun doing it. And it's not, so, we understand sort of the level and kind of lending all the talking about it to be like, man, it was crazy. There's 6 people out in the middle of nowhere. We were
Yeah.
living in a tent. Like
Yeah.
it's fun.
We always say that it was a combination between a summer camp and boot camp making this movie. So, it's like all the best things are kind of
that's
hard
awesome.
to do, but it was really, really fun. Just
Yeah.
tromping around in the
Middle of nowhere.
in the middle of nowhere and making s'mores by the
I love it.
campfire and hanging out with our friends.
Yeah,
Did
I love it.
Did you do any marketing for the project, like actually onto the internets and the TikToks and stuff, while you were still seeking distribution? Like, were you pumping out content around that time?
We knew from the beginning that we were going to self-distribute.
Oh, okay.
Bar like we, again, we're doing things sort of our own little way. We tried to get into like the big 5 festivals, didn't get into the big 5, and then the timing of things were like, well,
I would say the big 5 fantasy festivals.
Oh.
yeah.
We that's what we were targeting.
Mhm.
Okay.
We didn't apply to Sundance.
Anyway, the big 5, and then we sort of missed the window for sort of other festivals, and we're like, we're self-distributing. We're just going ourselves because we got burned so bad with a sales agent last time. So we didn't do like a lot of marketing to kind of get that going. Like we kind of played it sort of quietly. We would post pictures and stuff, but kept it kind of quiet until recently, where we have started to open up. We found like Reddit, we got a huge response on Reddit in a couple of different communities.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which Reddit can be, I use Reddit a lot for information. I don't participate a lot, but I use it for information, especially with like visual effects stuff.
Yeah.
But there's big communities, and man, we got an incredible response for the trailer on a few different sites. So
like filmmaking communities, fantasy fan communities.
yeah, we went to filmmaking, VFX, and trailers. Of all,
Very cool.
And then when the movie's out, we'll branch out into there's one called Women in Armor.
The armored women. was
Armored
one.
Women.
We looked at
Fantasy.
we haven't found a community of it because indie fantasy film is like it's not a thing. Like you can count the indie fantasy movies on one hand probably in the past 10 years. It's just
You need a lot more money
big
for
fantasy.
I would say it's expensive.
What we had,
So there is no sort of dedicated community to indie fantasy, and the fantasy, it's just tough because there's a lot for books, and we're looking in because we know there is a crossover.
Yeah.
It's just sort of identifying how to sort of tease that crossover, which is tough, and you got to do a lot of research, I think, for that kind of
is
thing.
it reaching into like the book talk crowd, like the female book talk, and I'm sure they're on Reddit as
romantasy
well,
sort of
romantasy crowd? Because I
craze.
feel like the what you've pitched us and what I've seen so far, they would really, there's not like as much of a romantical, but they might dig it.
We think so, and it's just I've been doing all the Reddit, and our fantasy is a huge community of fantasy people, but very strict in sort of how you get into they don't like people to come in and be like, hey, I got a thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing to
yeah.
remember now,
Yeah.
before you have it, is that you're building these communities so that when you have your thing,
Yeah.
you're part
Yeah.
of it already.
You're
Because
right.
And join
you
the
know?
groups now and contribute in
And
not a
contribute.
self-promotion way.
Exactly.
I was like,
Huge.
we
To
really should get
ultimately
into the
self-promote.
yeah, we really should get into
Right.
the Reddits for like, you know,
Yeah.
the survivalist
Prepper.
and like the prepper
Yeah.
and
Preppers.
all
Yeah.
that stuff now. I mean, Justin, are you watching?
Yeah.
Justin, could you get into Reddit and start making friends? But we should too, because like we could garner some information we might need.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you
that's
don't.
a great way to do
I don't
it.
think. I mean, in hindsight, because again, we didn't do this, but in hindsight, for your film, you probably can like ask, just like even post a couple of threads saying like, "Hey, we're doing this. Any suggest like,
Right.
what's your favorite weapon or whatever?" And like one or two posts might be enough to kind of get the bona fides you need to come back and be like, "Hey, we got this movie."
Well,
once you've got
yeah,
something
just
more
even
concrete.
saying, "Hey, we're building our prepper shelf. What food storage items? What are the brands that I should be reaching out to?" And we already have that list, but that doesn't mean I can't
Doesn't-
ask them for that list anyway.
Yeah.
And also, hey, maybe there's something we haven't thought of, or
Hopefully they
hey,
aren't watching.
maybe
right
the
now.
brand sees it on the Reddit because they're there too, and like goes, we got a brand that might be interesting.
Yeah.
You never know.
Oh
You
yeah.
never know.
Shoot, now we have
Oh,
homework.
now we
That's
have
definitely
homework.
one thing that we wish we would have done more is create
Yeah.
those inroads before.
And I think because just the movie was like we were, I mean, I was so deep in doing visual effects, like it kind of, you know, and Kerry was editing. So we just kind of like, you know, it was tough to kind of do that. In hindsight, you know, that's a regret, but we did learn some things, and we're saying like, yeah, I mean, Reddit does seem like a legit place to find communities that will kind of latch on to something like way more than maybe like Instagram, I think, because Instagram is so algorithm restricted,
Yeah.
and
But
Reddit,
especially when you have such subcultures.
Yeah.
Like your movie
Yeah.
has subcultures you can tap into, so does ours. So
You've convinced me.
I mean, I would say
We're getting on
again,
Reddit today.
Yeah.
Discord
We're
too
in.
Discord has become a place where there's like I do feel like poking around, and for you folks in survivalist discords, you might find some interesting communities that will get super behind.
Oh,
I
I'm sure
don't
we'll find
understand.
interesting communities.
It will be very interesting.
But like in truth, I don't really understand Discord
Yeah.
or Stack. I thought Discord was like a gaming thing.
It started out as that, but I've noticed just from like some of the hobby stuff I do with like role-playing games that Discord has become like a combination of like Reddit and Twitter, maybe. Like it's people are chatting, they're posting. It also kind of functions as a weird sort of scrolling conversation, but there are straight up communities that's all they use now is Discord. They don't go anywhere else because it feels like a real community, not like this algo driven social media.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's
So
so
would highly
interesting.
recommend looking around.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Now I have a lot of homework to do. I thought I was out of things to do. I was not.
You said you had time.
Yeah. No. Kind of going back to the distribution conversation. Like I've seen a couple of your TikToks, which I do. Not to speak too soon, but I feel like I'm going to want to bring you guys back on for distribution conversations because I really want to go in depth on your experience. But just we'll do a very shallow reach on it. So I know that you had a negative experience with your distribution for your first film. Did that experience inspire any changes that you made before starting filming this time? Like, is there any helpful tips you can give for first-time filmmakers when it comes to
the big thing is just we were never going to make our money back, so we went as low on the budget as we possibly could.
Make it. I mean, a lot of other people say that. We can kind of say it from absolute firsthand experience. Make the cheapest movie you can for what the movie is.
And if your goal is to make some money, right? Like your goal may just be to have a calling card. Your goal may be to, just get the first directing under your belt. If your goal is to try to make some money, and ours is because we self-finance, so we thought we could at least make our budget back, which was $250 on Armstrong,
the first movie.
And so our main thing was like, we have to keep the budget as low as we possibly can.
Just make the smallest movie we can for the circumstances. I mean, again, a lot of things kind of worked out to be that way, but that would be our big suggestion because the distribution was a bad experience. Now, we have plenty of friends, not plenty, but we know people who had great experiences with their sales agent, with their distribution, other people who have not, but
And it's changing every day too, just because the industry's
Yeah.
been such
Yeah.
flux. But we made Suffer for 30,000.
Yeah,
and
we filmed it for 30,000. There's
Mm-hmm.
more costs sort of after the fact. Like I've been sort of posting the Suffer stuff. We're going to do a TikTok, but I've been posting the Suffer stuff on Reddit, and some people are like, hey, I don't see post in here. I'm like, well, when we filmed the movie, we thought we could do the whole post ourselves. We literally thought we could do that, and we were going to, and best laid plans didn't work out that way. So we ended up needing some more folks in post. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that's when we did a crowdfunding campaign for another 20,000, and that was well, maybe we should do that separately.
We're going, I know a lot of people are doing that, and we're going in with that in mind of we're going to raise post afterwards, because it is dependent on what you end up shooting in the first place.
Right.
But we know we need this much to film, and then we'll deal with post when it comes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's like, I think 10 years ago, people are like, no, that's not the right way to do it. But like, here we are, and this is kind of how you have to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
And anybody that says, no, you can't do it that way is off my list. Like, that's not the world we're living in. And
Right.
It's just not, it's not always doable. Yes, that's the way the system does it. But the beauty of doing these small films is getting to be scrappy and doing it whatever way you can. Don't let anybody ever tell you no. It's like the lamest way for somebody to interact with indie filmmakers.
Yeah, everyone's got their set of old rules that are
Right.
being broken on a daily basis, and as you do them, as you break them, it becomes the new rule. And it's like, I mean, we talk about this all the time, and Tara and I have been doing this for 20-something years. I don't know.
Yeah.
And again, it is one of those where the rules when we came into it are very different than the rules are today. And I think it's more Wild West right now. There are no rules, and anybody who tells you there are rules are from the old country.
Right. Absolutely.
They don't belong out here.
Yeah, the old guard. Which like there's still a lot of that old guard in places in very high positions in this industry. And I think because people stay in their jobs so much longer than they used to, they work longer, they're more into their retirement years, that changeover isn't happening. And so the changeover of like what is the new way of doing things isn't happening, but they're still in power. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. We're gonna have to change it on the grassroots level.
Right. It's also a totally different system. Like, yes, you have to have do everything strictly by unions. If you're a $200 million movie, right? Like, and yes, we had a SAG contract for Suffer because we wanted for Ultra Low, because we wanted to have SAG actors. Our friends are SAG actors, but anything else is just do it.
Yeah, I mean, even in any filmmaking at this point in time, it's always interesting to me. You go to a film festival, and in another part of the country, we go to Dubuque International Film Festival every year. We love this festival, and you're up there, and these kids made these films in Ohio, Iowa, in this little Midwest area, and they're like, it was $100, and you're like. And we have the same film up on the screen, and I'm like, do you know what that cost me out in LA?
Right.
They're like, yeah, we threw this together. I mean, and we're doing the same thing. We're filming in Alabama because the dollar stretches so much further right now, and that'll swing. It gets more expensive. Where is expensive changes? LA will always be expensive, but that's where the talent is too. I was saying about out here, I could film our movie for free out here, but the sound would suck.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
The talents, you get what you pay for in a lot of those things too.
Right.
But yeah, it's impossible to sometimes service the dream with the amount of money you have to spend in LA and with all the rules to do it.
It's so expensive, and permitting is just a nightmare here. I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff we shot for Suffer in LA, which was some green screen stuff and mostly in our backyard. I mean, we did it in our backyard so we avoid that sort of thing because it is so difficult and expensive.
Yeah, I mean, technically they want you to permit even for that, and we will not get into it because they make me so angry with that. So is there anything in the pre-production process that you wish you had spent more time on, or things that you wish that you had spent too much time on, like what that you burned your time, like, oh, we worried about this and it did not matter.
Well, speaking of permits, we were talking about scouting.
Yeah, so we filmed everything for the principal of the movie in Idaho. I mean, an hour and a half. We were in the middle of nowhere. We're an hour and a half from anything, literally anything.
Mountains.
And we knew, we had some location specific things in the script, and we wish we had more time to scout. We knew, we budgeted. We knew we had 4 days to scout, kind of at the beginning. We figured a couple of weekends. We shot, 13 days, so it gave us a couple of weekends. We thought we'd be able to scout. We could not. We were doing prep for the following week. So that's the big thing. Is like, again, locations. Of course, you want to find what you want.
I think we ended up compromising because we didn't have enough time. If we would have put more time into it, we could have found better solutions.
We might have been able to find a local to kind of snap some pics for us, because like Google Earth does not go where we were. They like, we can satellite view it and go, okay, that looks like trees here. We'll check that out. The road was like, we couldn't go faster than like 10 miles an hour on this road. So we could not go quickly anywhere. We knew that we can't go too far because we're going to run out of gas, and we can't schedule a town run because we're going to run out of gas. I mean, we had a can of gas just for emergencies, but this is sort of we knew these things, but again, we wish we scouted the locations a little bit more.
That's interesting. Even if you've scouted locations visually, you know what you're looking at. You're going to shoot this way. The light does this. The sun sets at whatever. Blah blah blah. The closest hospital is cha cha cha. You got all those things, but like the logistics on the ground are something that unless you get there, and that's why we've talked about location scouts and what all the team members do while they're there. I saw this great TikTok or whatever it was of like going to each person on the location scout and said, what are you looking for? I'm looking for outlets. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
But like those things of like, well, yeah, you've got sunset from A to B, but the wind kicks up at 2:00 every day and you're going to lose sound for an hour. Like just having locals on the ground, knowing those things that's crazy.
Yeah. The locals really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Spending
This
time
might work in Alabama. It really worked in Idaho. This is the advice we got, is to always have a 6-pack in your trunk, because it's just a great way to great way to be like, either you helped us out, thank you, or like, let's crack home and talk about this. Like if you run into people that you want to use their land or use their,
and we were told that, like, we were like, good idea. And we were met with very serious expressions of like, no, you don't mess around. You have that booze with you just in case you run into something.
We do it in LA. You have to have $1,000 in your pocket.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Always have money on you.
$1,000 so that you can bribe people to stop using their leaf blowers.
Right.
A 6-pack will do the exact same thing.
Yeah. Find out what the locals like.
I thought it was a case, but
it might have been a case. It might have been a case. Yeah.
Inflation. That's inflation.
Right. But like,
That's
your
amazing.
local cool, what is the thing that the locals love and like have
value, and also kind of shows like I know you. I'm not just trying to buy you off.
I respect
genuineness.
I respect the space that I'm in. The culture and the culture that I'm in. Yeah,
I love it.
I feel like that will work in Alabama too.
I love that.
Yeah, Alabama's going to be all over.
That's an incredible idea. I love everything about it. I will be researching Alabama and local beers, and that will be I will have that on me. I always have the bribe money in my pocket. That's incredible. Yeah. So
I did have an idea of what I spent too much time doing.
Oh yeah,
this is helpful.
Tell me. Oh yes.
Worrying. I spent too much time worrying, and I know that's our. Often we think like as producers, that's our thing, and we should be worrying about people's safety and stuff like that. There was a hot tub at this camp. And technically the camp wanted us to pay, if we were going to use it at night, give them like a little bit extra if we were going to use the hot tub. And our crew was in that damn hot tub every night. And I was like, oh my God, they're in the hot tub. The people are they're going to charge us for extra, I'm thinking money, but they loved being in the hot tub.
And it was very nice. And it was
really
fun.
It really, in the end, didn't
just at a slight aside, it was a very specific, like, freshwater hot tub,
Yes.
like pH. It was a very fancy hot tub in the middle of nowhere.
And it also ended
That's
up
fun.
breaking because they were using it every night.
It did.
But that was fine too. Like people were like,
It breaks.
yeah.
Oh man.
So
Oh, that's a good.
I think just, of course, we want everybody to be safe and,
Yes.
fed and all of that stuff, and
Mhm.
time and not overwork people and all that stuff is super important, especially on a small film, because I feel like the greatest gratitude you can give people is feeding them on time, caring about their well-being and all that stuff. It's like, it's the cheapest
Yeah.
form of gratitude is to just like look out for them a little bit.
Yeah.
But I personally am very easy to go to worrying. And I am really, after that experience, trying to like
I'm just gonna breathe.
chill
Couple
out a
inhales,
little bit.
exhales.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just so easy to think if I worry enough about something and think of all the things that could go wrong, I will prevent all the possible things. And then it winds up being something you never even thought of to begin with.
Right.
And like there's some saying out there that I probably should write down on a postcard that says like worrying is the thief of joy, or like worrying is just paying the wrong person or something like that. When
Yeah.
really
Your mom says worrying is a prayer for it to happen. Is that how she says
Yeah,
it?
something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like as if
Yeah.
that's the thing you are gonna manifest. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
you just unlocked a new level of like
Right?
concern for
Yeah.
me. Oh, like
Yeah,
all my
I'm really trying to get my
superstitions
worrying under control.
Yeah. I mean, I think the one really smart thing that we've done as a team is that Allison, our executive producer, set up a pre-production list. And Natalie and I have decided to put everything that we're worrying about on the list so that we can stop thinking about it. So it's there. Someone else has seen it. It's being clocked as information out in the world, but like maybe we can set that down because Natalie will find the great, and she's not wrong. She's not wrong, but she will find the craziest thing to suddenly be like, "Have we thought about rain barrels?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's
yeah,
not wrong.
The ladder shot, not my job. Then the what's on the news? Okay, not my job, but
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in there.
just adding it to the list to make sure that someone else is thinking about it besides myself. Because if I don't know that, I will lose sleep. Yeah.
And there actually was, I saw something very recently. I'll see if I can find it for you guys. Scientifically proven that if you write something down, it creates more room in your brain. You sleep easier. You have less anxiety. That just the act of writing it down lets your brain let go of it.
Yeah.
And really when it comes down to, these small projects, being nimble and being present is like really important. And you can't do that when you're thinking of a million things. And it's so hard and
Yeah.
kind of counterintuitive, but but
Yeah, that makes so much
yeah.
sense. I have to write down everything that passes my. I have a giant notebook, and it's all divided out in topics, and like I'll sit down and think about one topic and just write down everything, and that way I can I'll just go back and check that later. Otherwise, I won't sleep at night. My brain will just keep worrying on all the stupid things. All right, we're getting kind of close to the end here, so we have this one great question we like asking everybody is like, do you have any advice for first-time filmmakers?
Besides
just
not
one.
worrying.
I think my personally
Yeah.
would be like, don't make this thing unless you're prepared to live with it for years, and you better love this thing as much as you love it in day one. And I'm going to say 4 years. That's what Suffer's taken is 4 years. Armstrong was like 3.5. But like, be prepared to love this thing passionately beyond anything for a very long time. And if you don't think you can, that's not the movie for you. Like, don't make this movie or make it very quickly. Like, again, for small time, small stuff that you're doing a lot yourself, love this thing so much.
Yeah, love it while
That's
you're
good.
pitching it, love it while you're making it, love it while you're editing it, love it while you're just, there's a lot of time that goes into making a film. Yeah.
Yeah, you really got to keep, and like even once it's out in the world, you got to still love it. So, I mean, just be prepared, like really think about it and go, oh, wow, I gotta really care about this thing for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents. I
Wow.
don't know, what do you
That's
think?
good. I can't think of just one. I mean, it's just I think it's the mindset of just like, it's hard. It's going to be hard. And, but to that point, like, try to enjoy it, enjoy it. You're doing it because you have a passion for it, and you get to do something hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
I don't think, I think filmmakers might take that for granted, that first time filmmakers, anybody who's done one understands that it is hard. It is not, people on the outside looking in might not realize what kind of slave to the project you become on a weekly, daily, minute by minute basis. And so, yeah, it's like the LA commercial. In LA, you got to love what you drive. It's the same thing. You're gonna be married to this for a very long time. Choose the project you're going to work on wisely, and be prepared to work on it. But also, it's going to be such a joy once you get it done. Like, it is so worth the effort. If it is something that you are a project you're passionate about, you think it's funny, you think it's impactful, whatever it is.
I had because I'm thinking while you're saying love it, it's like the other thing about that is it's kind of impossible to love the whole thing every day, right? Because you're always working on a problem. So you're like, I don't like it right now, but that might be, I just don't like the edit right now. I don't like the scene right now. And I worked for this director. I was his assistant. His name is Andrew Wayman. Shout out Andrew Wayman. He would always say, I have one thing that is for me. There's always one thing in my project that's for me. And I think even having something very small that's your one thing that you love about the film, it might help you stay true to loving it throughout the whole project.
Yeah.
Or this one joke, or this one moment, or this location, or just something that's always going to turn you on.
And I think you can do that for every department. Like in costuming, if I put in one thing that I love this moment on her, that outfit just brings me joy. Then when I see that final project, I am happy I worked on it. Locations, jokes, as an actor, what one take did you do that was the one that if you're not finding joy in that day, find it. Like it's, I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's great advice just for life. Like, going to a day job can be such a grind. And like, I see so many actors get mad because I work at a bar, get mad about having to be there. And I'm like, you got to put that aside, man. This is putting food in your fridge. And that's the first step to getting an Oscar, is filling your fridge full of food. So like, find the thing about this job that makes it okay. That's not just monetary.
Right.
Like,
that is my thing. I'm going to wear cute socks every day because it makes me
this
happy.
is my
Wear
thing.
socks. Like, just find what that.
That's just great life advice. Like, find the thing to get you through the day.
I love it. Yeah. 100%.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I already know that we're probably going to bring you back. Like, not just distribution. There's probably going to be lots of things along the way that we're like, can we bring back the duo for that? Because I now need to ask questions about that.
Yeah. When we saw your podcast, I feel like, those are kindred spirits right there.
Yeah.
Like, we have the same mindset. We're totally open about anything, any process stuff. We're talking on TikTok about.
I love it.
Distribution right now.
And keep making those TikToks. I love watching them. When you guys cross my feed, I always watch them. Like, there they are again with the new TikTok. Please make them again.
They're coming.
Which, speaking of, please tell the audience where they can go watch Suffer. Give them the date, the locations, and all that stuff. And then also don't forget to promote yourselves on the side.
Nice. So Suffer is going to be available next Friday, December 19th on iTunes and Amazon. And we are at Dose Goats Films on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Dose Goats on Facebook.
But that's kind of it's kind of quiet over there anyway.
It's kind of quiet on Facebook.
Yeah. Wait, real quick. Why Dose Goats? And then I'll let you go. I swear.
Because we're
inside joke.
Yeah, I mean our
I'm a Capricorn.
Astrology signs. I'm an Aries. Not both goats, but kind of.
So. One day he was like, we're both goats. I was like, a bull is not a goat.
No, a sheep is not a goat.
I'm into it. No, I love it. I love it.
And you did
so much.
Dose Ungulates was not
right.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys! I'm so glad I asked that.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That's so
that was
fun.
fun. I'm glad I asked. Remember, I was asking, I was like, why are they called dose goats? I was like trying
Well,
to figure it out for myself.
because I assumed it was, goats, like, because we use goats
Yeah.
in sports all the
Oh,
time, the goats. And I
yeah,
was like, oh, that, I mean, I'm
yeah.
fine
Oh,
with that
yeah.
too. Like, call yourself a goat, go
You
for
call
it,
your, yeah,
Yeah.
goat yourself all day long.
That is
All right.
awesome, awesome.
We are coming around the bases. Speaking of sports terms here, heading up to the third base. Does this work? Is this working? No, it's not a good
Sure.
metaphor.
No, we're
Cool.
bringing it home. We're bringing it
Bringing it
home.
home. Well, not quite yet. Oh, because we got the Abby Singer shot.
Yeah, we
The
did.
Abby Singer shot, the second to last shot of the day. This for us is the section where we talk about vocabulary, and Natalie teaches us one new piece of vocabulary that you may or may not know.
Um,
Natalie.
yeah, you know what? I was just thinking, StreamYard just like rolled out that whole sound effects and stuff. I want like the more you know sound of like unless it's a
Oh,
little graphic.
yeah.
Exactly. So yes, this is where I've gone to the internet and I have found a word of the day, term of the day. Today we are actually I've been on walkie-talkie lingo recently. Like
Oh, okay.
this has just been where my brain went. So this is one for your walkie-talkie lingo, things you need to know on set. One that like it will get used, and I want to use this in my all of life. Eyes on. So it's your eyeballs, eyes on. Use this on in walkie-talkie lingo because when someone says, "Does anyone have eyes on my phone?" It's normally not on your phone, but like this is how I use it in my house. Does anyone have eyes on my phone? And then you're not just so. Does anyone have eyes on the director? Let's just use the director is how the walkie-talkie would say. And then no one answers unless they have eyes on him. You do not come back and say, "Oh, last time I saw him was blah, blah, blah. He was at so-and-so. I heard he was going to da, da, da." No, that is not what it's used on. I need to know, do you see that person right now? So I have eyes on John. He's heading into makeup. Okay, now I know I can walkie to makeup and I can talk to John if that's who I need to talk to. Same with when you're around your house. Does anyone have eyes on my phone? Now, actually, the last time I saw it might be useful in that situation, but it's a fun lingo term to use.
I love eyes on. That's a
I love it.
favorite. I don't know why. And usually it's to talent. Does anyone have eyes on whatever talent? Because we're constantly
People
losing
are
talent.
missing all the time.
All the
There's
time.
always, yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. I love it. Well done. Well done. All right.
The only thing it will never help you find is your walkie-talkie.
That's true. Do you have eyes on my walkie? Oh, it's in my hand. Oh, good gravy. Oh, all right. Before we head out, a little reminder about the PayPal super chat. Do you want to be an investor situation? If you want to help support this movie, turns out it's the apocalypse we think, with your monetary contribution, we have got several forms for you. PayPal, again, Desiree Gonzalez, thank you so much for the PayPal. We love you. We love you always. You've been a long-time supporter. We love you for it. There's also the super chat system whenever we are live, which is Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time. There's the super chat option in YouTube. And then if you super chat us, we put your comment up on the screen and we read it. And that makes you feel super cool. So that's option. If you want to be an investor, oh, we are so ready for you. We have got paperworks, we got contracts, we got a lawyer. It's very safe. You'll get to see some extra behind the scenes stuff like the deck and read the script, all of that jazz. If you are an investor, you join our little circle. So if you're interested in that, there's an email address below. Contact us anywhere. Send us a smoke signal. We will figure out how to read smoke signal for it. Next week we'll be here. I think this is it. This is going to be our last one next week, right? I keep getting this wrong.
Yeah, we get 2 weeks off after that.
2 weeks off.
Yeah, for the holidays and because we're traveling to go to Utah International. So, yeah, then we'll be back in the new year.
We're going to take a little breaky poo for the end of the year, but we're going to have one more episode next week. Yep, next Wednesday. We're going to be talking about where we are, where we're going, what the plan is, and what did we learn. So kind of like a little wrap up, but also a little behind the scenes on what our plan is that we from all of this information that we've been gathering for the last 37 episodes. I mean, like, I think at least half of those have been interviews. We've learned a lot. And so we have been sitting down and going, what are we doing? What is our plan? And if you want to get an inside look on what we're going to do, because you're a filmmaker, next week is a great episode to join us for, because we're going to be transparent, because who cares? Who cares? All right, if you are listening to this podcast and you want to join the conversation live, we do the show live.
You are the resistance. Oh, shoot, that's a different show.
You are the resistance. That is a deep cut for
Deep
all of our
cut.
audience out there. If you want to join us live, we do read the comments as we go on the live stream and thread your questions into the conversation. If you are watching it live and you're like, hey, I don't have time to watch you guys, I'd rather do this later. It is a podcast, and the podcast comes out pretty close after the show launches. Not it takes depending how long in the editing the audio is. That's a Natalie's special skill right there. But if you want to put us in your ears, but don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. It really does help us out. And then if you're a filmmaker, just like we found Dos Goats, spread this to your filmmaker friends because it's helping us bring amazing content and ask questions of other filmmakers to you. So help us out by like, hey, I've got this cool podcast. It's interesting. You just made a feature film. Don't you want to be on a podcast? That helps us by so much. So don't be afraid to help us spread the word. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next week, and stay safe out there and make movies. Welcome to the Credit Quickie, everybody.
Heck yeah.
So I did remember what I didn't mention in the preamble of the pre-meeting we do with our interviewees. So I'm just going to talk to them a little bit behind the scenes. This is very behind the scenes right now. You guys don't have to come in here for this. This is something we do for our audience where we talk to them directly. Hang out in the green room that you're in right now. On the right and to the bottom is a recording button. The second that your recording is all the way up there, it's going to be green. It'll say uploaded. You're free to go.
Yeah.
I did forget to tell them this part. And they're giving me the thumbs up. Amazing. Oh, this is the portion of the show where we honor the previous relationships we had with our audience. Before we did this podcast, we used to do a live stream once a week called Shush's Secret Time. And we talk to you guys directly. And we don't talk about film. We talk about all kinds of other things like mug collections and, you know, what's going on in our real lives. Like I think my cat has dementia and all kinds of other silly things.
Stephen
So
Brown just
welcome.
asked if there's any way that our film will make money. It's possible. So one of the things that we were talking about earlier with keeping your budget really low, if you've spent $200,000 on your short film, it's got to strike gold in order for you to make your money back. But if you're only
Yeah.
spending $60,000 on your short film, on your film, on your short film, you're not making anything.
You're not
back.
making anything.
If you spend $60,000 on your film, it's much easier to recoup that. I think one of the the closest we have to a real example of anything like that is the YouTube channel itself. We broke even with the YouTube channel a lot simply because it's out there getting pennies per view. It's your view, what you get back on people watching is not a lot. You need a lot of eyeballs in order to make money. So yes, it is possible, and yes, we are keeping our budget super low. So it is possible, but it is a definite gamble.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I think like for a lot of people with their first feature film, most people are on it that they know that the objective of this movie is not necessarily to make a ton of money. It's a calling card. It's a proof that I can do this work. It's proof that my work is good and valuable and solid. Like for Natalie and I, it's already kind of reaping that benefit. Like we're starting to make inroads with other companies that want to see more of our writing. So for us, that's a big thing. Like for me personally, like I'm considering investing in this movie, not to make money back, but because I'm considering it an investment in my producing career. Because if I can get my first feature film out there that I helped produce from the beginning to the end, then I have a better shot at getting my next one. So it's an investment in my small business that is Protera, the producer. So like,
Yeah.
I don't intend to get my money back on this one.
Right. And I want
Yeah.
to clarify that when you say make money versus does it make
Yeah,
its money
clarify that.
back?
Yeah.
Like, so we have investors. We have personal investments as well, but we have investors, and there is a level of them, paying back the money that you borrowed. And then maybe you make money. So that's why I
Yeah.
say when you keep the budget really small, it's
You get-
possible that you end up making money.
Yeah.
It's more possible, even with it small, that you are able to pay people back. That's that's much more realistic than it is that you'll ever
Yeah.
see any addition on the back end, that it's ever
Exactly.
in the positive. Breaking
Yeah.
even in the long run is for indie film, is
Yeah.
high hopes.
The goal for us is just to pay back the investors. That is our what we are striving for. Every bit of effort in my world is like to pay people back, because I just as an thank you for trusting us with their funds in that way. So
How does that work for tax purposes? I have no idea.
no idea. We're gonna figure that out later. That's a build the plane as you fly it situation. We'll
Yeah,
get
that
there.
is. Well, that is, we were talking about, we formed an LLC.
Mhm.
So, tax purposes wise, that first year it's going to be in the negative for sure. Now if anything comes in later on, then that company is making money and you're just treating it the same way as taxes. What it does for
Mhm.
investors, I don't know. It becomes, I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's like any other investment. It becomes, you either lost the money and you get to write it off,
Mhm.
or, and this is not tax advice. I have no idea what the
No.
F I'm talking about. I only know from doing Natalie, the Sneaky Pineapple finances for the YouTube channel, is when we broke even, we didn't know anything. And when we had anything above that, we owed a tiny, tiny bit, because there was never any big buku bucks with that.
No. We were
No.
just, and what I think for us, it served its purpose. We had this mechanism, this machine to like keep making work,
Mhm.
keep things going out, find our people. You guys are our people, the people who are still tuned into the super chats or it's the live streams and hang out for the cookie cut. Words are so hard today.
Cookie cut.
The credit cookie.
That's okay. I like the cookie cut.
The cookie cut.
This is
This
the
is the
cookie
cookie cut. You guys are like what we were striving for the entire time with the YouTube channel, was just finding our people, the people who would like our work, so that when it came time to make the feature film, we had people to show that weren't just our moms, because I know my mom's gonna like it. I want other people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm reading a long comment. Jackson, I'll just read this out loud. My film, The Ledger, is a bit success so far with me starring in it. Congrats, Jackson. And following this podcast, it's found me inspirational. Right
Mhm.
now, I'm solo until I grow my elements of extraordinary inspiration. Keep going,
Yep.
Jackson. I'm proud of you. We met him in Dubuque, right? I'm not combining members. Okay.
Yep.
Sometimes I merge film festivals together. Keep going. You've been hustling for almost a year now. I am really proud of you. Keep it going. Shannon, I set the bar low for people as much as I can.
I agree. But
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I think there are people out there that oversell, I think. And I mean, obviously
Mhm.
there are, and I don't think they all do it.
Pernicious.
They're not all bad guys that are,
Yeah,
just because they're
nefarious.
overselling. Yeah, it's not the motives aren't bad.
Yeah.
I think they're sometimes unrealistic, I think, is more what happens is.
Yeah.
And I'm optimistic in a lot of ways, but I'm very pessimistic in a lot of ways too. Like, just the who of me, I am not pessimistic. I want to think it's realism, but I think it does lean to pessimism. We were talking about worrying earlier, and I want to say worrying is my superpower.
Yeah,
I don't know, like,
you will think of everything that can go wrong and every solution like within 5 minutes of a conversation or
yeah,
something.
like,
Yeah, it's
well,
wild.
That worrying, the idea of worrying bringing something into existence. Like, look.
Well, the thing is, not every of your worry thoughts can come to existence. Only one of them.
That is 100% like asking me what's the worst that could happen.
Yeah.
Just telling me that. I'm like, well, now.
I do not say those words to you. I never say that. I just go,
nightmare fuel.
Yeah. And I just let it go. Let it go. Yeah. I think like in life with people, like I'm right now in the middle of dealing with lots of peoples and personalities, and like there's like setting the bar low, but then like how low you gotta set it. Like I just had this conversation with Brian. Like my trust levels are not great as far as like people following through with the things they say they're gonna do. Like, and it's not that I'm mad at them, and it's not that, like you said, I think that they're overselling themselves at all. I think they genuinely want to be the person that's gonna pull through on X. but they're probably going to forget about it and not do it. Like that's been my recent experience with folks. And so that means that I now wear myself out every day running around thinking of all the things that everyone forgot that are in the damn notebook that I wrote down, that like I'm like
That you left
constantly
at home.
circling back. Oh, you're right. That I'm constantly circling back to all the
Yeah.
things that I'm like, did we do the thing? Did we do the thing? Because otherwise you want it without the thing you need for the thing when you need it, because you're like, oh, I put that in your camp.
It's hard. You know, Tara and I are both the person who would just rather do it themselves than take the time to babysit you doing it. And it's not your fault
No.
that it's not that person's fault necessarily. They're not the one who burned you. It's someone 10 years ago who burned you, and you're still the PTSD from having, like, I had to deal with the drinking game people, and those people did not let me down. It was never that. It was never those specific people, but they always wanted me to like pass things off. And I'm like, I cannot pass this off to you, because if it doesn't get done, it's not done. And then I have no recourse. Like I have no solution in that. I would rather exhaust myself solving for this than anyway,
Get it done right. Yeah. There's a lot of things that like I have to like
therapy.
make peace with. Yeah, I have to make peace with like, I'm going to hand this off to you. I know you're not going to do it the way I would do it, and I'm going to say the right way or the better, like it's just like a decoration. Let's just say a hanger decoration. You're not going to hang that decoration in the way that I would hang that decoration, but you're going to get it up there, and honestly, it doesn't matter. And I'm having to like learn to make peace with that and just go, it's done. I just walk away from it. It's crooked. It's fine.
Well, that's different. There are things that you can pass off that that will still get done, but it may not be to your liking. Whereas there are things that you can't pass off, because what if they don't get done? And you can't babysit that they got done, or they'll be remembered to bring, like even just picking up ice to go to the show. Like I'm not putting that in someone else's camp, because if it doesn't get done, I have to solve for it. So I might as well solve for it now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. The solving it for it in the moment is going to be way worse than just doing the pickup for it now.
Again, no one did this to me. Like it was not no one at a drinking game, anybody's listening, no one did that to me.
Yeah.
That's just
it's just made me a nightmare to be around. That's what I'll say. I am such a freaking handful now. And like it's why everyone at work is so scared of me. They're not scared of me. They're scared of disappointing me, because they know that I'll be like, okay, you are in trouble now. Like I never yell or get mad, but people, it's when mom is disappointed and she's like, I am disappointed. And that's like the worst thing you can say. Like, yeah, I'm a nightmare to be around. A nightmare.
Yeah, it probably does, David. It probably does go back to school projects. I don't remember. Projects. I don't honestly remember who hurt me.
I hate it. The day they said form groups of 4 and turn your desks around, I'm like, first, I don't want to talk to anybody. And secondly, I do not want to do a group project. Can I be my own group? Please and thank you.
I actually, probably, David, probably no one ever didn't do the thing that that needed to get done. It probably was just the anxiety person I am, and I never let go of it to begin with. So, I don't know.
That's way too much therapy that we have. Then we have time in a credit cookie. In the cookie cut. We don't have time for that. I didn't ask you beforehand, but I don't want to like pimp you out for a mug. Okay, great. Oh, I like that one. Yeah. That's so Christmassy.
This is actually one of the rejects that's not getting made, because I have made all my Christmas candles at this point in time, and this one is not getting made this year. It will get made next year, but I was running out of wax and brown chips and scent and
wow. Well, I like that one.
We had one of those where everything I reached for to make the new candle, I was like, oh, I'm really low on such and such. Oh, I'm really low. This one also didn't make the cut. This will be next week's candle, just so we know. Isn't this adorable?
I love it. Next week's mug.
Next week's mug.
You're gonna light a candle like this and just hold it.
This one also didn't make the cut because I washed it and I heard it cracking. I heard this tink, 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 and I was like, oh, yeah, you're not getting a candle in you.
Yeah.
That's not happening. So I don't know what I'm doing with this. And I'm not even going to put coffee in it. I don't trust this guy. This Santa, don't trust him.
There's a mug at Target, which is ridiculous, that I pass by in the $5 spot every time, and I've resisted the urge of buying it. I may fold this next time. It's a gingerbread person, and their head is the top of the. I can't.
You can't clean that.
No, I have plenty of mugs like that. No, it's the insides are fine. It's just like
Okay.
this one where like there's just the toes and it's really not that hard.
Can you get in
Um,
there?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can get in there. Oh no, you can get it. I can fit my
Okay.
hand in.
Can you get in there?
I already picked it up and stuck my hand to make sure I could clean it. Like
That
that.
is
That's the first
yes,
step.
that's me with water bottles. I will
Yeah.
not buy a water bottle that my tiny hands can't like
Yeah.
get
Oh
in
no,
there.
no, no. You got to be able to clean. Like I no, I'm with you. I'm not to. I was perusing for things one day, and I was like trying to decide. This is all giving up the ghost on your birthday present, and I was like looking around at fun things, and for some reason, and it was not even a thought. Like getting you a water bottle was not a thing. But I was like, you can't pick a not water bottle out for Natalie. She has way too many rules. For a water bottle purchasing, like that's just not a thing. Like
I have
I
a
was
lot
like,
of rules for water bottles.
yeah. I mean, meanwhile, I collect together like random, just so you know, the box you're receiving for your birthday / Christmas, which are two separate gifts, but in the same box. But some of these things have been finding their way to me for like a year. Like I'll just see the randomest, dumbest thing, and I'm like,
Right.
Natalie needs that, and I'll just save them in a
Oh,
box.
and I am
And then they
not
get shipped
that
to you at
person.
Christmas.
Tara, every time
I
Tara
can't
and I
help
see each
it.
other, I give her some little trinket. I'm like,
Yeah.
here's a little dinosaur
Oh my God,
thing, like
so great.
like pocket dinosaur. She's like, what? I'm like, here.
Yeah, pocket dinosaur. Oh my, it's right there on my little filey thing. I love it. Yeah, so your Christmas present will be coming henceforth next week. I gotta mail it. All right,
You
guys,
can
we
just
got.
bring it to Utah.
No, you need it for your birthday. Ugh,
I'm
no.
getting supper for my birthday.
Don't forget to go art suffer, guys. All right, you and I should go. We both have
Yep.
so much to do. Thank you guys for joining us for the credit cookie. We'll see you guys next week, and then you're gonna have to go 2 whole weeks without a conversation with us or a mug to see or behind the scenes. We'll miss you though. I promise we will. But we'll see you top of the year. Have fun out there, and thanks for joining us. Thank you for your ongoing support through this whole last year of new Natalie and Tara content. We really, really do appreciate it. All right, guys. This time I'm hitting the in the stream button at the right time.
Yeah.
Bye.